that game out.
Yeah, and it's still not coming out until what, 2026?
It's gonna be a while.
I thought it was 5. Is it 2025? I thought
2025.
They're putting a lot into it. I hope.
the Game Awards just happened, and
They don't-
everything's dropping in February 2024.
Yeah.
Everything.
Nice.
Well, hopefully they don't go too hard with making it a live service like the GTA Online being the backbone of the game.
Right.
They're doing that with the Suicide Squad game, and as soon as I saw that live service game nonsense, I don't care about it now.
Yeah.
Just like the Guardians of the Galaxy game was really good because it was just a good story-driven first-person game,
Yeah.
And they released it. It wasn't like buy this,
and it was great.
download this.
And
No.
people played it and enjoyed it for
Yeah.
what it was.
It's like as soon as you're talking about making it a live service game, and that's like kind of the backbone of it. Like I'm not interested in your Suicide Squad game
it's pay
now.
to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah. And it's like you
keep all
can
that
only
shit.
pay to play so many goddamn games.
I already paid for it.
Yeah.
Let me play it.
GTA.
No, I mean fucking the game. I bought it. If I bought
Yeah,
it,
no, exactly.
let me play
exactly.
it.
Exactly.
I don't
yeah.
want to have to fucking no.
The Game Awards, it did just happen, but an interesting thing, the game that sold the most through the year, Hogwarts Legacy, had not so much as a single nod in any category. It was silent about the game.
I'm surprised that it
Interesting.
didn't even get like they didn't even suggest it for Game of the Year. Like,
Nope.
They didn't even like.
Nope.
Is it? Do you
But
think
they
because
had-
of like woke biases, or is
Oh
it
yeah, no,
just-
absolutely.
Ah.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Baldur's
politics.
Gate or Baldur's or yeah, was it? Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 cleaned up.
Yeah,
Cleaned up. Game of the Year.
and deservedly so.
yeah.
Like I wouldn't be. I'm not surprised that it won Game of the Year, but there was some stuff where it's like, not even a nod for this game. Like Starfield, same thing. Nothing.
Final Fantasy 16
Not-
got
nothing
best
at all.
Best
Do you think-
soundtrack.
I was gonna say, do you think it for Starfield maybe it just passed the deadline to be in this year's
No,
nominations?
I think here's part of the problem with Starfield.
The game.
It's a massive game, and to really get into it, you have to play for such a long amount of time. And the closer you get to the submission time, the final submission time, the harder it is to actually win because the amount of time you need to put into certain games. Like if Boulders Gate came out closer to the end, it might have had success, but not necessarily as much because it's such a big game.
Yeah. I don't get into Larian games, but just from the community online, like just listening to people talk, I knew Baldur's Gate 3 was going to win. Like I knew what was going to
Yeah.
win Game of the Everyone
Yeah,
did. before
Everybody
it
was
came.
loving it. Welcome to the Sofa Kingdom podcast with your host Nelson,
Ed,
where we just dove right into video game talk.
We did.
As
Game
soon as we
Awards.
sat down.
Game Awards just happened. It just happened.
Couldn't help it. GTA is on everybody's
all
mind.
the links, but Baldur's Gate, it did the thing that few games do. Like Hades was also a game like this where it brought people from outside the genre into it, and they still enjoyed it. It
you
did
could-
it so well.
You could fuck a bear.
It brought new people into that type of game.
What?
You fuck a bear. Baldur's
Yeah.
Gate 3. You fuck a bear.
He's not lying.
You can customize the size of your character's wang
And fuck a bear.
and fuck a bear with your big or small wang. Baldur's Gate 3, ladies and gentlemen.
This is why people are like, wait a second.
Game of the Year.
If there's one feature I need to try out, it's this
It's
one.
it's making love to a bear.
That is fucking
Sweet, sweet love
hilarious.
to a bear. And there's so many endings for every scenario. Like it literally is the definition of like an open game. Like it's just
Right.
there's so many different endings.
Yeah.
So it's a strategy, platform, RPG.
Very big
Turn-based.
RPG, turn-based.
Yes,
yeah.
very deep RPG. It's an older style RPG from an older style company.
Super immersive.
Like
Super
all the
immersive.
Baldur's Gate games before it have been heralded as fantastic games.
Some guy created.
So it's not a surprise.
Some guy created Old Greg in the game, and it was fucking ridiculous. It was ridiculous. I was like, dude, no. He looked just like him.
Yeah.
I was like, no, come
It's
on.
like, it's perfect.
Oh, yeah. You ever drink Bailey's from a shoe? I was like, come on. Come on. Not now.
That's fucking fantastic.
But yeah, you're right. Grand Theft Auto 6 was announced, and it's coming back to Florida. It's coming back to
Yeah.
Vice City.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of real-life Florida people that were
Yes,
in the trailer. Well,
yes.
based off them.
Based
we
off,
don't know
right?
it's them.
Loosely,
They-
loosely.
We don't know
loosely.
it's them. It might have
Yeah.
been
They
inspired.
They must have read every single Florida Man article and decided this is
Yeah.
so easy
For the
us.
last 10 years, they've been
People-
compiling Florida
This is
information.
People were
Fantastic.
locating them and putting them side by side with the original actual thing.
That's so good.
It's amazing.
You know
I'm
what?
glad we're coming back to Vice City though. It
Yeah.
was. I still remember being in like 9th grade when Vice City came out
Yep.
and just being blown away.
Yeah.
Like just the strip club downtown that you could own, and then you're pulling your fucking
Vice
the
City-
Banshee and the Infernus and all the other badass
Vi-
cars. from that
Vice
game.
City was the only Grand Theft Auto game I actually played and completed the story of.
Dude, you could have a samurai sword. I fucking loved that game.
That's
And it was
fucking
instant
great.
death. Whoever
Yeah.
you hit with it, dead
I
instantly.
mean, as it should be, right?
yeah,
yeah. If you get hit with a
samurai sword, that's the checkmate.
you should die.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I mean, yeah.
five popped up on Game Pass a little while ago. I downloaded it. I started playing it. And then they force you into several driving missions as the opening of the game. And I just, no.
Yeah. It also
The driving in Grand Theft Auto has always been atrocious. Why you open your game with the worst part of your game makes no sense
There's
to me.
nothing more frustrating than having like a game where you're supposed to follow someone closely, or like you're trying to get away. It's a race timing game,
Yeah.
and you just drive into someone's bumper. It's the fucking worst thing. I've definitely thrown a controller. or two.
I
Yeah,
hope
I'm sure.
they genuinely do something, revolutionary with their driving. Because right now, they needed to go back to the start and rework the entire way the driving works. It was
Yeah,
always
because I was gonna
bad.
say, I mean, the rest of the game itself is just fantastic and phenomenal. But yeah, that's
Grand Theft Auto 5 was good. I played a lot of golf. I played a lot of golf in Grand Theft Auto 5, and also like it was difficult because if you wanted to make a lot of money, you had to play the stocks in that game.
Yeah.
You had to play stocks on your phone. Like if you were gonna like do a mission where you were gonna do something to an airport, you had to invest money in like the rival airport. And then once the mission was over, like a couple weeks after your mission, you could withdraw your money when it made the most it could possibly.
No
Yeah,
shit.
that's how you made millions of dollars in that game.
That's pretty sick.
Like some of that is interesting, but as soon as they start forcing
But you're
you
forced to like
to
you
do
can't
it.
not do
Yeah.
it.
especially like if you got to break out a separate device, like they did that with some of their features, was it was an app on your phone, and then
Yeah.
you know what they did? They closed the app, and then you know what happened to those features? They got locked,
right.
and they got stuck the way they were. And for certain people that hunt achievements, they couldn't even accomplish
Right.
certain achievements because the app is gone and the function is no longer there.
I've
It's
never
silly.
been a fan of like any game forcing you to open an app. Whether it's like, oh, you want this special skin, open this app. Oh, you want this special feature,
Yep.
open this app. Because it's like, look, I'm sitting in front of my console to play on my console. I don't want to look at my fucking phone. I don't want to get on my email. I don't
Besides,
want
I'm checking my phone just to find out problems with the game. Like if I run into a
Yeah.
side quest, I'm doing that right now with
Yeah.
Octopath Traveler too. If I don't know how to fucking solve a side quest, you bet your ass I'm fucking
Yeah.
Neo
Yeah.
Seeker.
It's like,
Like, how do do that?
I got enough distractions. If you want me to pick up my phone, you run the risk of all of the shit that's on my phone distracting me from the game.
sucking
Yeah.
you in and away from the game. So it doesn't make any
Now I'm
sense.
Instagramming. Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks,
yeah.
Grand Theft Auto.
Now talking about the Game Awards and some news that's happened
Black
recently.
Myth Wukong.
The
Coming out in
the,
August?
the
That looks
Game
good.
Awards overshadowed a little bit of something that's happening with Sony. They lost their contract to all the Discovery content on their platform.
What the hell does that mean?
TV
What-
shows, movies, and all of that stuff. So Sony is taking it all down. You can't watch it online anymore. But also, if you purchased it and it is on your console, they're deleting it.
Yes.
Very Japanese.
They're fucking taking.
Very Japanese.
So it strikes up that conversation again for owning the content that you truly love. Buying that music CD, buying that DVD, which it sucks because
That's
we've
the only
all
way to truly.
gone
Yeah.
away from it.
It's only
But it's like
truly
that's
have
the
it.
only way to really truly have it. 'cause
It's really a shame because it's not even like, oh, we
So
can't.
if you buy a digital copy of a game, they can just.
at any point, not only can they take it off the store, but what he's saying is they're going onto people's consoles
and taking them off your
and
console.
deleting
Well,
it
there
from
is a-
your console.
That's why you get that receipt when you buy a game online that says "Thank you for your purchase." There's a trail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know where that game went.
Oh,
they will
yeah.
come for it.
Oh,
they will
yeah.
come.
Yeah.
Fuck,
This is
man.
the Matrix. They will
That-
come
That
for
is
it.
some bullshit,
But
though. Like,
beyond this that's happening with Sony, we've also seen places like Disney edit their movies actively online.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So even when you're streaming, you can't find the original version of the
Doesn't
movie
exist.
because
that's
they
happened-
changed
That's
things.
happened
It
on
doesn't exist.
iTunes as well.
Home Alone 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trump is gone.
Yep.
Can't get the scene.
And
Can't find it.
it's silly. Just leave it in.
Yeah, it was there. But like iTunes would do that with music catalogs or so like
Are you gonna edit Tropic Thunder?
yeah.
Oh.
Like I bought
You'd have to remove the whole movie. There's no editing
Yeah.
Tropic Thunder.
What about Blazing Saddles? How do you edit that movie?
so I bought all of Jay-Z's content, but when he decided I no longer want to work with iTunes and start my own streaming service, What happened was it was there for a while, but when I went to go add it to my phone, I had to acquire an update. And when I acquired this update,
All your Jay-Z
it goes in and it deleted all of that shit. But I'm like, fuck, I paid for this a long time ago. So like Jay-Z, put out like 9 albums?
Yeah.
So to me, I'm like, man, I'm out like $200.
Yeah.
Because you motherfuckers took all those albums away that I had for years on my computer, on my desktop. But because when I bought a new computer and I had to switch my desktop, I had to update everything because I've been avoiding those kinds of things. And then once I had to do that, it was like, fuck.
And
they killed a bunch of my
iTunes
catalogs.
has done a lot of that, and it hasn't been talked about a lot except in a small section of musicians who line up with technology.
Yeah.
So one of the shows I watch, the guy's a musician. He also deals a lot with technology. So he has a lot of personal tracks or tracks from friends or demos and those types of things that they were never sold publicly. They were only handed out or at the back of a trunk or at the local concert. He's updating his computer, moving from one to another. iTunes doesn't recognize this stuff and starts deleting his entire collection.
Yep.
It's gone.
Gone.
Tens of thousands of tracks because he's a musician. And this is music that cannot be found anymore because some of these people are dead. It was never properly recorded. It was a live show thing. Or was
even mixtapes. Like
gone.
you buy street mixtapes. Like in Brooklyn growing up, I used to buy these mixtapes that I had like 50 Cent, Obi Trice, Eminem, like on some raw shit that they never put out onto like major platforms. So it was like if you wanted this like 50 Cent diss track shit,
it was the shit that got them signed.
Gone. Gone. And there's no getting that motherfucker back. And then to top it off, they were really shitty copy bootlegs that I did buy. So like when I went back for the actual physical CD, like they started mildewing. Yeah. So I couldn't even put it back on the computer at risk of damaging the computer.
Believe it or not, the media that it's recorded on inside the CD, it can go bad.
It can decay.
It'll literally rot and decay.
Yeah.
And mildew and go bad. So if it's not stored properly or if it was a badly manufactured disc, the disc can go bad, and then
I'm
it's
sure it was
just
a
gone.
combination of the two. Like years of sitting inside of my car in the fucking heat and the cold. That shit, I'm surprised it lasted that long.
It mildewed up.
Yeah, it mildewed the fuck up.
Yeah. Well, there you go. You don't really own anything, I guess.
That is it. But at least
ownership is a lie.
You will
at
own
least with the
nothing
physical,
and be happy.
The physical copies, like the 95% of it, I was able to retain because of the CDs that I kept. There were a few that went bad, but when these companies are allowed to go in and not even compensate, they're not even compensating people for these movies and shit that they're taking from Sony, and they can compensate, but they'll choose to go and do a larger lawsuit, what are they called, a class action lawsuit, and settle for pennies to the dollar versus paying back the people, hey, sorry, you purchased this, here's your money.
I mean, it's one thing to be like, listen, we lost our license, we cannot stream this content anymore. If you've paid for it, please download it, and you can keep it on that device. But they're taking it off of people's devices. So it's like, you said purchase next to the thing that I clicked on and gave you money.
Yeah.
That's not a purchase then.
Yeah. No,
if you're just not just taking it away from me to download later, but removing it from the device, you're just going onto my personal property and stealing.
Yeah. And it just goes to show that new laws need to be set when these kinds of precedences take place, where they're like, hey, we're just going to take this from you. It's like, hey, but what about our fucking money too? Because you guys are supposed to be protecting us from bullshit like this.
Yep.
But how many of you actually read those long ass fucking?
No one does.
If you're going to purchase this song, it's like 30 pages of sign this agreement.
No,
you know what I mean, online.
I forget how long it takes to actually read all of the EULAs if you actually sat down and read them for the average American, but it was like days.
Yeah.
I forget the researcher that actually sat down and like went through how long. If you like for your general like, well, you got this device, you got this TV, you have this. If you actually sat down and read them all, you just don't have the fucking time.
Sure.
Yeah.
And they sneak all kinds of ridiculous shit in there.
And the language isn't for the layman to read either. It's
and
not
that's
black
deliberate.
and white.
That's very deliberate. They make it longer than it needs to be. They use language that's double speak and very confusing, and it's completely on purpose.
Yeah, and then that's why
I
like
want you to go, okay, fine, fuck, I'll sign it.
yeah, exactly, and
Which
then
works
you go
every
look at
time on me.
It
Every
works
time.
on me too.
Every
It
time.
does. You know, it makes you
I
wanna,
ask a simple question. I say, if I don't sign this, I can't get it, right? And they say, yeah. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll fucking sign it.
it makes you want to bomb Japan like Godzilla.
I see what you're doing.
You see what? You see the segue? You see the
I see
segue?
what you're doing right there.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah,
Tell us about it. Tell
yeah.
us about it.
Well, I saw 2 movies this weekend. One of them was the Miyazaki film, the new one, The Boy and the Heron. It's good. It's good, but Miyazaki's getting old. And,
Did he play with his herring?
the boy did not play with his heron.
And then I do not recommend this movie.
No. I mean, I recommend it, but I would say do some drugs and go see
okay,
it. Because
all
like a lot of beautiful things were happening. It's
Acid then, mushrooms.
yeah, something hallucinogenic. But Miyazaki, because he's getting older, I think he forgot the plot.
Yes.
Like he just
Oh.
didn't put it in. I don't know. Like I guess it's dealing a
visuals.
child's view on dealing with loss and sadness and all kind. And it's like, but yeah, there was no plot.
Okay.
For me watching it, I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
Like, but anyway, that movie was Friday. Yesterday, I went and saw Godzilla -1 because I'm a big Godzilla fan. I've been a kaiju movie fan all my life, and I figured, why is it getting all this stir? Like, is the hype real?
Yeah.
It's real. It is not only the best Godzilla movie I've ever seen, it is the best giant monster movie of all time, and it is my pick for best movie of the year.
And that
Damn,
that
that's high
being
praise.
said, there's
That's high praise.
I've seen the Marvel movies that came out this year. I saw Blue Beetle. I saw Oppenheimer. I saw Everything Everywhere All at Once. I saw
Barbie.
no, I didn't see Barbie, but fuck that.
So then you cannot say without a shadow
It's
of
better
a
than
doubt
Barbie.
that it is better
It's
than
better than Barbie. There's nothing, no review I've seen has ever told me that there's going to be a struggle, that there's going to be human emotion in that movie that's going to make me go, oh yeah, Barbie's better than this. Okay. No, there's no way.
I mean,
Godzilla.
all right, I'll leave it alone. Go ahead.
Listen,
Go ahead.
Godzilla -1 was a well done movie about war torn Japan, like recovering and the struggle of the people in that country, built around a monster movie. I was like, holy shit, this is how you make a monster movie.
Right.
You develop, you don't have to spend hundreds of millions of dollars. The
Right.
whole movie was made for $15 million. So like, what the fuck is Disney doing?
I mean, pocket change, $15 million.
What the fuck is Disney moving?
compared to Disney, their Wish movie was $200 million, and
How? Like,
But licensing.
the CGI in this movie, Godzilla's never looked better. And I'm talking about the legendary ones, the ones they made here in the U.S., like Godzilla vs. Kong, Godzilla 2014. No, the CGI in this movie for $15 million, it's the best Godzilla's ever looked.
listen,
How would it stack up against Gorlock?
The Destroyer? They're neck and neck.
They're neck and neck.
they're
Yeah.
neck and neck.
Same amount of girthiness.
Same amount of girth.
Yeah.
I mean,
Godzilla's thick. too,
ne-
boy.
I mean,
From the
ne-
waist down, Godzilla's caked
neither
up.
of them really have a neck.
Yeah, he's
No, they don't. They don't. They really don't. No, if you look at the way Godzilla's built, it's all thigh.
It's all thighs.
He's like just this big thunderous monster. Like,
okay.
he's a thick boy. But no, it's good. And I think this is how you make hopefully this is a sign of things to come from Toho and the Japanese company that owns Godzilla. Like, you build a well-done story with characters that are flushed out so that you care about them.
Yep.
And then when the monster is attacking, you give a shit.
So-
they're not just stampeding people.
So what you're telling me is, when you make a movie, tell a good story first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Don't
Okay.
worry about the
Okay.
budget.
Yeah.
Don't worry about a message, an underlying message. Just tell a good story. Well-developed characters that you can be like, oh,
Okay.
I see what this person is dealing
But
with, and I know why.
But I want to force my message down people's throats
no,
first.
no, you don't have to.
Yeah.
And
don't have
and
to.
maybe there's a story in
Yeah,
there
yeah,
with
yeah.
it.
No.
Are-
Well, you
are
can
you
try.
sure? Are you sure?
You can try. You can try. But that method hasn't been working lately. This is fantastic. I cannot praise it enough. It's my pick for best movie of 2023.
Okay. All right.
You're not the first person I've heard say that either.
And I did not expect
And
to say that.
This movie only just came out.
I had to convince Sierra to go see it. I was like, I know it's a Godzilla movie.
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking. And I promise
She's
like,
thinking, you didn't see Barbie with me, motherfucker.
well,
I'm not seeing
exactly.
Godzilla.
Well, she's probably thinking, you're a fucking idiot. This Japanese giant monster movie is not going to be worth my goddamn time on my Saturday afternoon. We're both wrong. We're
That's
both
awesome.
wrown.
Okay.
It's her pick too.
And it's
the
always,
best movie of the year.
It's always nice to go into a movie expecting less, and then you're like, man, that was fucking great.
Yeah.
Versus
even
the opposite
yeah,
feeling.
Even
of,
being a Godzilla fan, even reading the reviews, seeing
Yeah.
the Rotten Tomatoes ratings, I was still blown away.
Yeah.
I told Nelson I created a Rotten Tomatoes account to 100% this movie. I've never done that.
Yeah,
This-
I was screaming conspiracy, right? When I
Yeah.
was seeing all those critics saying, oh, high praise, I'm like, man, they will do anything to shit on Marvel at this point. They're like,
No,
whatever
it is-
movie comes out, Godzilla, boom, 100% Rotten Tomatoes.
This
just to
this
shit
is
on
better.
Marvel.
This is better than everything that Marvel has done since Spider-Man.
Ooh.
Yes, this is better than everything Marvel has done.
Well, that's a tough one, man. That Black Panther Wakanda Forever
No.
was fucking
No.
phenomenal to me.
I would
loved it.
I would rather watch Godzilla twice than watch the Black.
What else? What else came out after that? After Spider-Man, there was another really good
Shang-Chi?
Marvel.
Nope.
Shang-Chi.
No.
Shang-Chi was
Shang-Chi
amazing.
was good.
No, Godzilla's better.
Really?
Yes, I'm telling you, it is.
Does
It is.
Godzilla do the tail drop kick?
No,
Where
but
he
the
slides
CGI.
across
The
the
CGI
Oh
screen?
yeah,
Have
that
you
one
seen
was
that?
good.
The
Yeah.
tail drop kick. He's just
They-
like riding
they're
his
like
tail for
sliding
10
on his
miles.
tail. That's
Yeah.
actually Godzilla versus Megalon. I
Yes.
saw that one. I saw that one. Yeah.
They're like,
I've seen
"Then
them
why
all.
is
I've
why
seen
is
them all.
Godzilla running like this?" Then they show that old scene where you're
That's-
like,
yeah.
he's done some funky
Bro,
things before.
I like this
that's
is-
my Godzilla. The
that's
guy in the
peak-
rubber suit. That's my Godzilla. That's the one I grew up
Godzilla
on.
CGI right there.
That's fucking amazing.
So then
you can
ser-
see the wire.
So the serious question about Godzilla.
Yes.
So you're a Godzilla fan. Is Godzuki a piece of shit?
Isn't that's the little Godzilla?
That's baby
right?
Godzilla.
Yeah, they also call him Toddzilla. Like
Todzilla.
the little one. With the stupid eyes and the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah, Godzuki.
biggest piece of shit. Biggest piece of shit ever. Also, there's always a Kenny, and this is the term I use for it. There's always a Kenny in every fucking Godzilla movie. And
Yep.
it's-
Yeah.
Every giant monster movie has a Kenny.
Yes.
And it's like a little boy. That's always like, come on, Godzilla.
Yeah.
Like he's always got stupid shorts that are way too short.
Yes.
Yes, that's Kenny.
You know
and
what's
I
funny?
hate Kenny, and I hate baby Godzilla.
You know where that
Doesn't
came
belong
from,
in the
right?
movie.
That started the "We're gonna need another Kenny."
yeah,
Does anybody
No.
remember?
No.
Eddie?
South Park.
Wrong.
No.
It started with dinosaur.
Did
That-
it?
Yes. So remember, not the mama, the
Yeah.
little baby,
Yeah.
not the mama,
Yeah.
not the mama.
Yeah.
They would have like little skits where they would bring in a
Oh my God!
a
Yes.
Timmy. We're gonna need another Timmy, and they would kill Timmy like once an episode,
my, Yeah.
doing some stupid like commercial. We're gonna need another Timmy, it's like, and then they carried it over to Kenny in South Park, and so I like to see traditions like that.
No,
stay
yeah,
alive.
that I refer to them as Kenny, and
That's
I
Kenny,
hate
uh-huh.
Kenny because Kenny is in every Godzilla, Gamera,
Yes.
whatever have you.
Yes.
There's a Kenny in every movie.
Oh, that's fucking.
It's like
great.
the Mothra, where there's the
Yes.
two twins.
Yes.
There's always those two little Japanese twin
Yeah.
Yep.
girls that can speak to Mothra. Yeah,
Yes.
it's like I don't know what. Japan's got some weird shit. It's whatever.
One thing you gotta say is they stick to tradition.
I
They
just
do.
buy into it. You know,
Okay.
it's whatever. Yeah, like deleting people's shit off their
Yeah,
channel, you know?
exactly. Exactly.
So God bless Japan,
So,
it's tradition.
The newest thing that I watched was the Squid Games reality TV show, Squid Games: The Challenge.
Yep.
And I have to say, I really enjoyed
Now,
it.
did you watch the real Squid Games by Mr. Beast first?
I watched the real Squid Games, not by Mr. Beast, but by the original Korean writer for Netflix. That was amazing.
He turned that into real life, and then they copied him with the game. Like literally, he did it.
Yeah.
In actual real life.
Yeah, but I tell you
millions
what-
spent, and then they like, we can do that also with a game show.
I tell you what, Mr. Beast ain't losing out. So it doesn't really even matter. Like
Yeah,
he's not sweating that shit
No.
at all.
No, he's made his money on
Yeah,
it.
he's,
Yeah.
he's doing okay for him.
Yeah, he's all right. He's all right. And he
Yeah.
seems like from the interviews, focused and clear-minded when it comes to that shit. He's like, cool. I did it already.
Yeah.
You're doing it. I'm moving on to my next thing.
He's an oddity because he'll make 10 million and then spend 10 million.
Yeah.
He basically doesn't even really like he pays himself to live, but he doesn't have a mansion or like his apartment is in one of the studios.
Yeah.
He's so like whenever he wants to get up and work,
He gets up and
literally the studio is right downstairs and he just gets up and work
works.
whenever
Or he could be
wants
Bear
to.
Grylls and everybody, right? Saying like, I'm living out in the land, and then when the camera shuts off, shoots off into his fucking mansion and shit like, yep, we're eating snail guts tomorrow. While he's eating his caviar.
Yeah,
at the
Bear
fucking-
Grylls definitely got caught on that one.
The amount of
Definitely got caught on that one.
I seen one person do a behind the scenes thing with him because the videos he does are so big that you can't film one at a time. So what he actually has is multiple giant warehouses with multiple sets, and they all rotate out whatever the next video is.
Right.
So he has to build the whole set in this giant warehouse, and then they're filming them all as they're going along.
So he's got it down to a system.
It's a monster. He's got hundreds of people who work for him.
He figured out how to get it going, and then he just does it.
Yeah.
You got to respect
And
that.
he
you know?
literally, his idea is like, just throw the money right back into it and just go bigger.
Yeah.
Just made more money this month. Throw it back in, go bigger.
I'm just not a fan of that. It's working for him right now, but I think eventually you hit a wall. Like, how much bigger can you continue to go? Like,
He
all
gives
of these
millions of
companies-
dollars away. Like, he just did a thing in Africa where he built like 50 wells.
Fuck yeah.
Like, he has
That's
a
money
he
well
has
spent.
he has a whole channel dedicated to philanthropy where he has a
Well,
guy.
he helps a lot of people.
Yeah, he's got a guy in charge where he goes around just trying to find ways to give away money. Like, they just did a thing with helping this
Well, you can
food
always come
kitchen.
and see me because
helping this food
I'll
kitchen
gladly take it.
expand into New York so they could essentially triple the amount of food they give out of their shelters and out of their kitchens. Like, he goes, he's showing up to like Walmart's. He's like, everyone in line, your food's paid for.
yeah,
Like, everyone that's in here right now, fill your cart.
right. No, and that's crazy.
Crazy shit.
It's another guy that I did a lot for like philanthropy and shit like that. Was I remember hearing Akon did like a shit ton
yeah,
for Africa.
huge,
And
yeah.
no one prayed, like, you don't hear about it.
No, he just
No.
kept it. He
As
kept
of
it quiet.
as of 2019, Akon raised almost $1 billion.
Yep.
Jeez.
For $1 billion just for aid, like for like solar power in Africa, water, like
It's amazing.
he's
Yeah.
trying to get it to places that really need it. And it's like, dude, why are we not talking about Akon?
Because they're too busy talking about all the bullshit that people got to be scared of, worried about, all the
Yeah.
hate. They push hate to the forefront so much.
You can't distract people
that's
by
what, that's
showing
what,
them.
that's what gets people to click on it.
Yeah.
You can't distract people by showing them things that make them feel good. You got to get them scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think if you changed the narrative, you'd find that like it would make people probably more inclined to do good too, right?
Yep.
You see other people doing good. Right now everybody's just living in that bit of fear, that pocket of fear because is there going to be another world war? Am I going to lose my house? Am I going to lose my job? Like all those things that are very real to a lot of people, but it's also like pushed in your face in a way that it's all that's on your mind for the most part for a lot of people, you know, and it's a shame. So, you know, yeah, you should see more Akon stories, Mr. Beast stories, and things like that. But then on the other end of things, like I've heard even like Mr. Beast, like he went in and he paid for a bunch of people's surgeries so that they could see. Like, they were going blind and shit. And then there are people online like, what the fuck? Why are you doing that? Like, shut up. Like,
there's
how fucking dumb are you? Because what, you didn't get he's literally curing blindness.
Yeah, it was.
What the fuck?
It's Mr. Beast and Jesus.
Yeah, it was.
Nobody
like,
else is doing it.
Those are the only
That's
two.
what it is.
Those are the only two.
Nobody else is curing blindness.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, it was like 1,000 people because apparently there's a type of blindness
It was
where
1,000 fucking people.
it's a type of blindness where it's a 10-minute operation to fix.
Yep.
But insurance a lot of time won't pay for it, or some places, other countries, like they don't have the thing like
American
that.
healthcare.
Yes.
Exactly. So
God
he
bless.
just went in and the idea was we'll help these 1,000 people, but also bring awareness to like, hey, this is a cheap fucking operation.
Yeah.
Why are we letting this not be fixed when this is a cheap 10-minute operation? This is silly.
Which will literally determine whether someone can see.
Yeah, like this
But
person can
they
now,
don't give a fuck.
instead of this person going on disability, hey, he can see again. He can go back to work. He can supply his family. He can take care of himself instead of having to be
He can
taken
go back to
care
the strip
of.
club and destroy his marriage. You know, yeah. We've given him the opportunity to do this.
Pick your side.
He's
You
done,
decide.
He's done crazy
decide.
shit. Like he bought a used car lot, and then he just gave away cars to people that showed up looking for a car.
I just saw
You're here
some-
looking for a car? Have a free car.
I just saw something the other day about
crazy.
Mr. Beast. He said like, he stopped into a diner and then like the waitress was really, really nice, like over the top sweet.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like he fucking tipped her a new car. That was a
Yeah.
tip. Her tip was like he left and like came back with a car for her.
That's fucking
He's
crazy.
like, here's your tip.
He probably left her no tip, and she was like,
Well, it was like something like that. Like, he
What
wrote
a
he
fucking
like, yeah, no,
asshole.
like,
Then he
wrote-
goes back with a
he wrote,
Bugatti.
He wrote on like the he wrote on the fucking I guess they were talking about something or
Yeah.
whatever during the course of the meal, and he wrote on the tip, "Be right back" or something.
Right.
And like he left and came back like with a car and said, "Here." Like what we were talking about here. This is yours. Like it's all signed over to you.
I enjoy that. I mean,
Yep.
I hope to meet Mr. Beast. His face is all over the place.
Yeah.
And shake his hand and be like, "You're a dick."
Why you curing blindness?
How dare you cure blind people?
Giving water to people that need it.
Yeah, you changed that lady's life with a new car, you asshole. Fuck.
Yeah, but I think whenever you get to like a point like that, there's gonna be people like doesn't matter what you're doing. Like,
You're gonna get hate.
People are gonna be getting hate.
You're gonna
on
get
you.
hate.
It's like Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
When Joe Rogan was doing the UFC and hosting Fear Factor, and his podcast was like small, no one gave a fuck.
Yeah.
No one hated on Joe. Now that Joe's the biggest podcast in the world, it's like everybody's like,
crazy.
"Fuck Joe Rogan, spreading misinformation."
Yeah, no, he's got major news platforms going after him.
Oh,
and
CNN has a target
What's,
on him. They
what's
want him
amazing
dead.
is it's
They want him
like
dead.
these major news platforms, they get maybe 200,000 people if they're lucky.
See, I don't think-
he's getting millions of people.
I think
he's-
that saying that you just said, major news platform, is like an oxymoron.
Yeah,
nowadays.
it's
I
becoming
don't
less
think
and less.
anything's. Yeah, they don't exist.
I mean,
anymore.
it's
Yeah.
proof of one thing.
Yeah.
People
They're actors.
want longer conversations, especially like look at the backlash at the some of the debates where they're like, no, why don't we have a
We didn't-
3-hour conversation with
We
each
didn't
person
learn
first?
anything. We
Yeah.
watched a bunch of grown old people
Yell at each other,
argue,
and
And
nothing
deflect.
happened.
I learned nothing about any of the candidates or what their stance
Yep.
is.
Yeah.
Oh no, blah, 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 that's all it was. And
Yeah.
don't you interrupt me. I'm
And-
like,
and
holy
what
shit.
needed to
These
happen-
are our leaders.
It's like badgering children.
What the
yeah,
fuck?
Yeah.
it's silly.
Somebody get these guys a
Because
bedpan.
and it's gotten worse because I will say this,
Listen to Chris Christie trying to breathe up there.
ever since Trump made it funny to make fun of people,
And to be
nobody wants to
hostile.
be the clown.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be the strong.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to him being up there, though. I will say, I am looking forward to him being
He
up
is
there.
entertaining.
It
He is entertaining.
It is.
But the reality is, for it to properly be a debate at this point, everyone needs to have a chance to sit down for an hour to 2 to 3, explain all their points first. So then when they get up on the debate stage, you have an actual understanding of where these people stand, and then they can debate each other.
Here's the real question.
I listened to fucking what's his name, the dude from Vermont, Bernie Sanders,
Yeah.
for an hour.
Yeah.
If you told me I would listen to an hour conversation with
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders, I would tell you you're an
Listen,
asshole.
Ken-
No.
He's an interesting
Listen,
man.
Kennedy-
He
He
was
was.
He
very,
made some
very
points.
good
Yeah.
policies.
I never would have
Yeah.
listened to him.
So, but
I
here's,
did.
here's
Yeah,
how you
he made
fix
some
it.
good
So did
points.
Back in the day, right, you would be able to have a duel with a gun, right?
Yep.
So I say,
You imagine Joe Biden
each
trying to
of
shoot a
these
gun?
That's his bed. You're too old.
No fucking
You're
way.
too old.
Listen.
If you can't lift the gun to shoot your opponent,
You're dead.
you're out, bro.
That's
you're
right.
out. So
Teddy
to me-
Roosevelt got shot and finished the
And
speech.
kept going. Kept
Finished
going.
the speech.
That's a man.
My
That's a
favorite,
man.
my
That's
favorite president of all
America.
time.
That's America.
Brown belt in jiu-jitsu, blind in one eye from boxing. That's the fucking toughest president that
That's
ever
right.
lived.
Abraham Lincoln, a wrestler.
Andrew Jackson got shot in a duel, and the bullet deflected off a bullet that was already lodged into his body from a previous duel. He was getting. Look at the
That's
story.
what I'm saying.
This story is
That's
true.
what I'm saying.
He got in a gunfight. He got into a duel with this guy who was famous for being one of the best gunfighters in the area. Like, they were like, this dude's fast. Like,
Yeah.
so he's like, well, I'm probably not going to be faster than him. So he wore like 3 thick jackets that day and showed up to the duel. Let the guy shoot him first. He
And
was
then-
still standing. He took aim carefully and shot the guy and killed him. I was like, holy shit. Andrew Jackson, he had a fucking scar on his face from a
Listen,
sword.
Just said,
That's,
I'm
a
gonna.
hard man. He's like,
Yes.
I'm gonna bite the bullet.
gonna
Where
eat
are
it.
those
I'm gonna bite the
presidents?
bullet. Literally.
But to be fair, I am not praising Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson is an asshole. He's the
Yeah.
one who famously, like, the Seminoles won their case in court, and he said, no, get the fuck out of Florida. He sent the army to have them removed. And then they had to walk on the Trail of Tears.
Damn.
So, no, I'm not praising Andrew Jackson.
History
Teddy
for you
Roosevelt,
people.
though, I'm praising Teddy.
Yeah.
His face is on that mountain.
What I'm
And
saying,
it belongs
right?
up there.
Listen, put everybody.
God bless Teddy.
So you should be able to debate politically, but you should also be able to perform a series of tasks.
Absolutely.
Right?
Like, walk up the stairs.
Yeah. Like what?
Ride a
Like
bike.
stand and sit on your own.
Yes.
Walk across the stage without falling.
Be able to
Like
give a
little
speech.
things,
Be
little
able to give a
things.
speech without losing your train of thought. Things like that.
Yeah, like if you have to perform a 10-minute speech without blanking out. You're like,
Yeah, you can see Joe going, fuck. Oh, no.
He wasn't the only one this year. There was that other, the Purdue-looking motherfucker.
Mitch McConnell. And it happened multiple times. Multiple times where he's mid-word.
Oh, man, no. He's a corpse.
And he just
Mitch McConnell's
shut.
a corpse.
He just shut down like
Somebody-
reboot. Oh,
Yeah, at this point, like
people.
they should just like you should see the puppeteer behind them. Like the person should just stand behind them wearing like all black and just be like, "I'm Mitch McConnell."
There's a guy pulling controls. Like, move, fucking move.
like a little backhoe in the background.
He's trying to get the toy to work again. Come on,
Like
my Mitch is broken.
Mitch is
I need a new Mitch.
if if that isn't all you need to see to be like, yeah, we need some term limits, I mean,
Yeah.
it's silly.
Well, this is a group of people that, like, when you get to this age, like, we start taking away things, like your driver's license.
Yep.
We start giving you, like, aid. We
Yes.
start putting you in places that cater. These group
To
of
the
people
elderly.
should not run the country.
Exactly.
And this group of people, if you look at the people in power, in office, they're in this age group.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why? Why
Yeah,
is the
there
country
should-
being run by these people? We should go 20 years younger at
Yep.
least.
There should be
At
an
least.
age in and an age out.
Yep.
And there should be a sweet spot of you are
Once you get to
capable
70.
and
Once you get to
functioning.
70, enjoy your ride.
The thing
Be
is,
gone,
enjoy
bitch.
your ride.
Yep.
Enjoy your ride.
you're not supposed to be a politician as a career.
Right.
No.
You were supposed to be a
The
regular
Romans-
citizen.
the Romans didn't do
You're
that.
supposed to be a regular citizen, and you serve your
Caesar.
country for a particular point of time, and then you went back to society.
Yes.
So you lived among the people you were serving. Making it your whole career was never what it was supposed to ever be, and that's where term limits are supposed to really step in. Like, no, you can't be here for your whole life and not actually live and serve and work around the people that you're supposedly taking care of.
So what we're saying is we need to reinstate Fight Club, right? this is what should happen.
I'd be nervous though. Like if we settle debates with like physical combat, like I don't like our chances, like internationally. Like, can you imagine Biden fighting Putin? No.
Well, we would pick tougher.
We would have to.
We'd have
Brock
to
Lesnar would be our president. President Lesnar.
Chuck Liddell for the Senate.
Yeah, exactly. Lesnar has got my
He's
vote.
like, listen, I'm trying to pass this bill. Bang!
But we're fucked though, because like England would have
And
would have
right back to idiocracy.
Right,
No.
exactly. England would have Prime Minister Aspinall. Russia would have Prime Minister Pavlovich. Like, fucking Cameroon's gonna have Prime Minister fucking Ngannou. I mean, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. Like, we need like Prime Minister, someone super
This is
powerful.
great.
We have to. Like, or we're gonna lose.
I'm all in.
How many UFC champions are American? We gotta look it up.
I
mean,
think at this point,
we're doing okay, I guess. I don't
we
know.
would find the best of the best to have in those offices
President John
to
Jones.
handle some business.
We need
Fuck yeah.
President
Coke
John
and all.
Jones.
Coke and all.
He can drive
Listen,
over
give
all
him
the pregnant
all the
people
coke he wants.
Hookers,
Every
coke,
morning, start your day off with a coffee
steroids.
and a Coke.
All of
Juice.
it.
Oh my god.
You can't drug test them. It's a big fight.
You
can't.
have Uber Ream in office? Come on.
Actually, have you seen Ubering lately?
No,
You
I
can't even
heard
call him
he
Ubering. Yeah.
lost-
He's
oh,
190 pounds.
he lost
He's
all
vegan.
that weight?
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
doing a juiced Olympics.
Are they really?
They're doing it, and they're trying to be sure that they're running alongside when the regular Olympics is running.
This is
I want to see the
great.
results of this.
I'm definitely down to see the Juiced Olympics. I'm definitely like, come as you are. Bring what you want.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
like, well, yeah, and you could be any gender at all. It's called like there's no like men or women. It's just Gen X. Like, it's just like hung what you brung.
There are no genders here. You're just competing all in the same spot for the same
Yeah.
thing.
Throw them all in the pool together. Let's see what happens.
Men can fight women. All of it. I wanna
Oh
see-
man,
I wanna see
it's
all
gonna
of
be
it.
a bloodbath.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's gonna be
for
fantastic.
For sure.
I mean, the reality is,
Who's hosting it?
I don't remember. just heard about a thing
Is this
about
like
it.
a
not too
United
long-
States-based company, or is this
I
like an
believe
international
so.
job?
No, I think it's a U.S. thing, but they're gonna pull people from all over. And there's a lot of athletes that like they got popped. They're no longer allowed. They're signing up.
Hell yeah.
They're like, I'm in. You're gonna pay me to compete.
They're like,
Sure.
This is where I belong.
And now I can legally cheat. Let's do it.
Well, see, at that point, if
It's
it's
no
legal,
longer cheating.
It's no longer
not
cheating.
cheating.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm completely fine with a juice.
So it's like
I like
it's
that.
like an athlete and a scientist, right? That's really what
That's
you're going
essentially
with.
what- yeah.
That's what you're going with. Who's got the best doc in the background?
Well, Russia's gonna win for a few years because they've been doing this for a while.
They've been going for a long
They got
time.
the
with
leg
that.
up.
They have state-sponsored.
They-
doping.
But the
definitely
question
do.
is, will Russia sponsor those athletes? Because then that shows they might not want to show how good their cheating protocols are.
It's true.
But
I mean,
then again,
they
if
had
it
it down
takes
to a
off,
science. They had state-sponsored doping.
Exactly.
I'm
We're
pretty
gonna-
sure they could show like last year's supplements. You know what I mean? Like they're on to the next shit. They're like, you know what? We can put on TV that
Mexico.
1998 shit.
Mexico's going to be in contention.
Yeah.
Yes.
what they were-
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
They are known for their supplements.
Part of what they were
Oh,
saying
yeah, they
about
are.
it is if you make the cheating legal, they won't have to use such dangerous substances that pass tests and they can use legit safer substances. So technically,
They
for
can be
some
monitored.
for some things, it may actually be safer because they're not using these weird outlier substances that kind of do a little something, but they're using them in a way to pass tests versus like, no, we know testosterone works.
Yeah, let's
So-
We know HGH works.
When
We
I
know
watch-
like
when I watch a sport, I want to see the best.
Yeah.
I want to see how
You
fast
wanna
can you
see
run.
You want to see them
Spectacle.
juice to
How
the
much
gills.
can you lift?
Yes.
How far can a human being throw a discus? I
And you
want
know
to
what?
see. I want to
and
know.
I agree. Like, I mean, there are some sports where, like, do you
No,
really
it
give
gets-
a fuck if they juice? Like cycling?
No, it gets
Nope.
Like, do you
well.
care? Do you care if they fucking
cycling,
No, I
juice?
don't. I
we
don't,
know
no.
cycling is the dirtiest
Okay,
sport.
so let
yeah.
him go at it.
What is
an-
it? 18? Was it 18th place? They had to go back
the
to like
line-
18th place to find someone who didn't get popped after Lance.
The
Give
line-
Lance his fucking trophy back.
Now the line
Everybody's
gets blurry.
cheating.
The line gets blurry when you get to the combat sports because like okay,
It
it's
does.
like
It
now you're
does.
juicing up people that are fucking striking each
Yeah,
other
that
in
are
the face.
murderers.
Well, but
Like,
see,
all
now-
right, now we got a problem.
But if
that's
they're all on the
not
same
so
playing
bad
field.
when it's like judo where it's a throw versus
or wrestling.
Exactly.
Yeah. But when you got like Uberim,
yeah.
Yeah.
when you got him hitting you and he's
When it's
juiced the
MMA,
fucking
it's a different
gills,
story.
You're gonna kill
Yeah.
somebody.
he could.
But what's
I mean,
that
he
sport
could.
with the broom?
Oh, curling.
Yeah.
What if they're juicing during curling?
It probably has happened. It probably has
I
happened.
say,
I don't think
no.
anybody's checking
This,
those
I say this. Allow the equipment to even be juiced.
Oh,
Coming in with different brooms, different stones, just fucking the whole game
Well,
up.
let
Like,
peop- let
what
people
can be
sponsor it.
done when we break the rules and allow people
Yeah.
to push it further?
because I believe even in bobsledding, there are protocol guidelines
Yeah,
like
people cheat.
NASCAR racing.
They put weights in there and they do
Yeah.
all kinds of things.
So you're saying just say fuck it.
go for it.
Do what you got to do to win. Let the best man or team
Listen,
win.
Now you're talking about bringing.
Yes,
and-
the Russian curling team was caught for steroids.
yeah,
Yes, the curling team was on
Why
steroids.
does it matter? Why does it matter?
endurance.
But again, in curling, you're sliding across a field in
I mean,
slow motion.
He's
It's
pretty
just-
big for a curler.
They're like something's
Yeah.
wrong here.
He's pretty big for a fucking curler, dude.
They're like, why
His
is
arms,
Yeah.
man.
why is Lou
His arms are
Ferrigno
big.
curling?
His arms are bigger than mine. He's a pretty big guy.
The biggest thing that steroids do for you is the speed of recovery. So you can work more
Yeah,
longer
the Olympic curling
and
team.
more often.
The
So
Olympic
instead
curling
of-
team failed the drug test.
Yeah, so
That's
instead of
fucking
being
great.
able to train 4 hours a day, you get to train 8. You're doing double the amount of work somebody else is doing, and you still recover better.
Yeah, recovery
So
time
it-
is invaluable.
It comes down to how much more work can I put in before the game comes.
Also, an injury recovery.
Absolutely.
You suffer an injury during training. If you're on
Huge
steroids,
injuries.
you're cutting that injury time down by weeks.
Yeah.
Weeks. You're going to get back out there.
But again, curling.
I agree.
Hey, man.
I agree.
It's a gold medal.
It's a
Yeah.
good-
That's right. You ain't first, you're last. You know what I mean?
Do you think that if me, you, and Eddie, how many people does it take to do curling?
3 or 4, 4,
I
4, 3.
think, like, bare minimum is 3-on-3, but I'm not sure the size of the whole team.
Okay, so let's
Who's
say
going to
we,
be the fucking...
let's say we needed 4, right? We need somebody close to the ground, aerodynamic, perhaps bold. So Matt, right? So we got 4. We got Matt.
Wow. Sorry, man.
We love you, Matt. We love you. We got Matt, right? Put him in the lead. He's the little broom guy, right? We need somebody with the broom next to him too, right? There's 2 broom guys. I
There's
believe?
2 broom
There's 2 broom guys. Okay, so I'll throw myself in there. I'm the next smallest guy in the group, right? So you guys would obviously be juiced to the gills, right?
Yeah, fuck our heart.
You guys are the muscle, right? We're clearly the brains and the looks and the tininess. So tininess goes to Matt. Brains and looks right here.
You do know curling is a game of finesse.
Yeah.
You realize.
I know.
Yeah.
And I'm finessing the shit out of this right now. So
I'm not, listen, I'm not saying I wouldn't do steroids so that I would win at an event, but it wouldn't be fucking curling. If you said, Ian, we need you to juice up for, I'd be like, no.
Okay,
Like,
all right.
Wrestling, maybe. And I'm not going to juice up for fucking curling.
all right, if you had to pick one Olympic sport that you think with enough time and training and juice you could,
Oh, without a doubt, I know I could win today.
what would you do?
Female boxing.
That's so good.
I will
You
get
would.
it. I
No,
will
you would do
fucking
great.
no.
Yes.
I will get up off this couch right now.
I believe
will
you.
start training in boxing until the next Olympics and do fucking gear from now till then. Identify as a woman, and I will fucking knock out the best woman on the planet in female boxing.
Wow, Edward, in an all male sport, perhaps.
Oh, weightlifting.
Weightlifting.
I already had been doing it before. I did years of powerlifting. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump away to move over to different lifts.
Okay, all right.
You're probably the best female powerlifter on the planet.
I would
And
definitely vote for you there.
No alopecia jokes.
No
we
alopecia.
see what happens. We
Yes.
make fun of the alopecia.
Yes.
I don't want. I ain't getting involved in that.
Yes. Okay.
I'm just saying, all you women, they're coming up in the 2024, is it? 2024 Olympics. I got you.
I got you.
I got your number. I'm coming for you, Korean chicks. I'm coming.
Both
for you.
of you went into the female version.
I'm just saying, there's
I
reason
hear
there's
you. I
differences.
hear you, man. I hear you. It's fuck.
It's just
I
gonna
will- I
tune
will
in because
compete-
it's gonna be a slaughter.
I would choose to compete with men. Thank
Would you
very much.
Would you?
Yes.
In what sport?
It would definitely be curling. That's the only bullshit sport that I can guarantee I can learn in
What
a
about that
week.
sport where you run through the snow and then you stop and shoot something? And
I
then
could
run?
do that.
Oh,
I could do some
yeah.
shooting based
with
sports.
your bad knee.
But I would still choose curling. I would
running
still
through the
choose curling.
Arctic.
Well, the shooting I already have down. It's the endurance for the whole slow ass skiing thing.
Oh, that's insane.
That's rough.
Well, your heart rate's at a certain level when you stop because you're running a race and then now you have to hit a.
You have to
fucking
stop
target.
and
Like,
shoot.
that's-
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah, the
couldn't-
shooting I've done all my
I think that's the
life.
Winter Olympics. I think.
Yeah.
I think I would actually be good at like discus throwing. Like I feel like
Those
that's
people
that's
are
a
thick,
a
dude.
technical
Yeah.
sport.
Those
though.
are big
It-
people.
It's technical, but
it's very technical.
Do you
you-
watch?
you
You watch
would-
Brock Lesnar's daughter throw the shot?
you
put?
would have to put 200
Is
pounds
that a
on,
woman?
sir.
Is that
Genetically, yes. But let's put it this way. Considering her mom is like Sable,
Yeah.
who's like a diva, like
Yeah.
a WWE
Yeah.
diva, Brock Lesnar's jeans are fucking strong.
Yeah,
Oh,
those are some-
yeah.
They just demolished Sable's jeans. Like they were like,
Yeah.
no, there is no mother. This is a Brock clone. Like it's like she's breaking records at Colorado
You,
State.
almost, you almost feel
fantastic.
Shattering
bad.
them.
You almost feel bad though. Like
Kind of, but no. Like is because it's like, all right, like is she like ever gonna have like a career in beauty or whatever? But no, but she
No.
does. She possibly has an Olympic career, and
I
she
agree.
possibly could be a hell of a role model for female athletes. At least she's a real female.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's true.
I'm fine with
That's true.
that.
But she's a beast. Her and I hate to say it, The
do you
Rock's daughter.
Well, yeah. Sometimes people's genes just take over,
They're
bro.
big. They're
I have-
big
I have-
women. Yeah.
You know who else's
Oh, yeah.
daughter you're gonna hear about in a couple years is fucking Frank Mir's daughter, Bella.
I've seen.
Bro.
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
Bella Mir is a monster.
beast.
people
Oh
have been
my
putting
God.
pictures of Bella versus Brock's daughter.
Yeah, considering
They're like,
okay,
we're
yeah.
like,
No,
let's
Bella-
go,
Bella-
MMA,
the
let's
rivalry.
start
No,
training.
it's not even close because
Bella's already training wrestling.
Bella's like a state champion in wrestling. She's won jiu-jitsu competitions. She has MMA fights already.
Really?
Yeah,
But Brock's
like-
daughter is
and-
just doing
and
what?
the good thing is
weightlifting?
that-
just
Bella's-
doing Olympic sports.
Bella
stuff.
Okay,
Mir,
good for her.
Bella
Good for
Mir
her.
is not bad looking. So Bella Mir is going to be marketable. She's going to
Right.
be like Kayla Harrison. They're going to be able to put her on a
But
brand.
you know what? They
and be
will
like,
market winners. Like, but the Lesnar name has weight.
If
God
Brock-
damn,
if
she's in
she's
the
almost
Olympics-
as tall as The Rock.
Who?
If she's in the
His daughter.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
show her, show him, show him, show him.
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
That's like a 2-inch difference in height. That's a big lady.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
she's got those Samoan genes, man. They're fucking strong people.
And Samoa's happened to be my favorite cookie.
Really? That's your favorite cookie?
Yeah, Girl Scouts.
All right.
Samoa's all
I'd
day. What do
my-
you go for?
My favorite cookie would be like either like a Christmas sand tart or like a big old sugar cookie, like a big fat sugar cookie.
I don't know. I love coconut. So
Coconut is
when
good.
you put it with the chocolate and that, oh man.
What about
I'm
them
in.
them Girl Scout Thin Mints? You like them
Thin
shits?
Mints? No, they're
Yeah.
all right. They're all right. But I'm always going.
Yeah,
full heart
that's family.
That's family. she got the same smile.
Like if they put her in a crowd of 100 people and they're like, "Find the Rock's daughter," you're just like, "Do you smell what I'm cooking, bitch?"
Well, I don't think anybody has the. I mean, Brock Lesnar's daughter. There's no.
Yeah, there's
There's
no.
no-
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
there's no-
definitely.
That's a little clone of him.
No,
Carbon
it's
copy.
him. I'm like, God damn, dude. Like, I mean, if she wrestled, maybe I'd be like, all right, let's put her against Mir in a couple
Yeah,
of years. But
yeah.
no, it's not even a
No,
contest.
like she's
Yeah.
sticking in her own lane. I think that's good. I mean, she's got the genetics for it and the drive, obviously, because she is built. So you got to
Yep.
give an athlete credit where an athlete credit
Yeah.
due. Like you got
Frank Mir's family is like, I think all the
His
boys
sons
wrestle
too,
and shit.
yeah.
Yeah, I think
he's-
it's the family business.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It's just
I know when
fucking
I listened to
people
the Michael Bisping podcast, his son got really heavy into
Jiu-jitsu.
wrestling,
Yeah, yeah.
jiu-jitsu, and MMA, but he's done.
Yeah.
He got so many injuries.
He had to stop
early on in life. Like,
Well, you're not going to be
knee
your dad.
replacements, hip
You're not,
replacements.
like, you don't always have
We try to
like,
keep up with it, but certain people's bodies just can't handle that kind of abuse.
No, there's
Unfortunately.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just the way you're built.
Some people don't have the I need to rest and heal this.
Yeah.
They feel the injury, they keep going, and it becomes
wow,
a problem.
Bella Meir is wrestling for Iowa.
Yeah, she's on the team.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
She's
she's
an
a
Iowa
beast.
Hawkeye.
So then she's a beast.
Yeah, Bella Meir probably fucked me up. Oh my God.
If she keeps
I
going,
calling her out.
Yeah.
she's gonna be UFC champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what her weight is though. That's what's.
She looks like she hits the weights pretty well. Yeah.
Well, they don't let you like you have to be 145, right?
Yeah.
To fight in the
I'm
UFC
sure.
at the heavy.
And to maintain. Damn, man, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, shit. You know.
Like, good for them. Like, look, hey, the kids of athletes tend to lean towards things, or they go completely the opposite way.
Yep.
Like, I don't want nothing to do with that, portion of my family's name there. But it's good to see them coming up and doing these things.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting when you start seeing the second and third generation of some of these UFC fighters, just like you see with wrestling.
Yeah.
Where we got like second and third generation wrestlers, and it's like, yeah, their skill in the ring is higher than everyone else's because they literally grew up around it.
So you think like Khabib's like half bear children are gonna start?
Maybe.
He might be a fan of Boulders Gate.
Yeah.
You're gonna be witnessing Dagestanis for a long time. That's not changing. That's not changing anything.
I'd like to end it there with
Bear fucking.
Khabib and bear fucking. Thank you for joining us at the Sofa Game the podcast, where you can find us on all your social media platforms.
It's the first game I know that ever had you do that. I mean,
With bestiality,
yeah,
is a thing.
And it won game
it's
of the year.
It's a character that can turn into a bear.
We understand,
But you
the
can,
semantics of it all.
but you can fuck them as the bear. There's a species of like fire.
Boulders
beings
Gate
or
3
whatever,
is going. They fixed the issue that they had with Xbox. It's coming out.
Okay,
Alright.
nice.
Yeah, so it'll be on the Xbox
There's
here
like
soon.
there's like a species of a fire being that like you can't sleep with because they'll kill you.
That's
They're made of
amazing.
fire.
That's amazing.
But you can have a spell cast on you where you can sleep with them.
Right, somebody had to
Someone
try
made a spell. Someone
in
tried
order to know that they were going to
You can
die.
have sex with the tentacle people, like the ones with the fucking the Cthulhu looking
The Pirates of the Caribbean?
Dude, yeah, you can have gay sex with them.
Yeah. Apparently there was a patch
I'm
they
out.
had to fix.
I'm in.
The companions on Boulders Gate 3 were a little horny in the beginning. They had to adjust it a bit.
Yeah.